What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I have another video for you guys today. So basically, we all are familiar with the issue that the Model 3s and some of the older Model Ys have with the filter smelling really bad, and it smells like socks for some, or dog. I don't know, it's terrible. But it basically happens when water gets on the filter because of the way it's designed, and then it just starts growing mold or something, and it smells terrible. So when I first got the car, about 3 months in, it was pretty bad. So I changed the filter to a charcoal filter with the charcoal beads, and that fixed the issue for about a year. It could have lasted longer, I'm not sure, but the problem there was the airflow was really bad because of the filter. So recently I saw another solution, and I decided to put a regular filter back in and put a seal in the frunk that stops water from getting in to the filter, into the inlet. And so basically I'm going to show you guys how to replace the filter for one, and also how to install that seal, which you can buy on Amazon or anywhere else online. And let's just get right into it. Before we start replacing the filters, let's make sure to turn off the fan. To get to the filters, you want to start by pulling off the side panel on the passenger footwell like so. First, you'll want to remove your all-weather floor mats if you have them, as they will get in the way. Once you remove the side panel, this will likely leave a lot of the clips still attached to the car. So you want to go ahead and remove those and attach them back to the panel you just pulled off. All the clips are the same, so it doesn't matter where each is placed. Next, you will need a clip removal tool or a flathead screwdriver to remove the clips from the bottom floodlight panel. This is a good time to point out that Tesla likes to change up minor things throughout the years, so not all Model 3s have the same placement of clips and screws. But overall, the process should still be the same. Be careful when removing the panel, since there are 2 plugs still attached. Carefully remove the plugs from the light and the speaker. Next, on the inside panel towards the middle of the car, you will find a long cover about the height of a filter. This is where some older Model 3s have the screw on top, but in my 2022, the screw is easily accessible, as you can see. Once the screw is out, just pull the cover out and down to remove. At the top of the opening, you will find a small pull tab that's at the top corner of the filter. It won't look like mine, since mine is an aftermarket one I bought on Amazon. Pull on the tab to pull out the first filter. The second filter is sitting directly below, so you want to grab the tab and pull it up and out, like so. Now would be a good time to grab a thin vacuum nozzle to clean up the debris from inside the slot. Just be extremely careful not to damage the coils on the left side. Let's take a look at that charcoal bead filter that I've been using for a year. I'm replacing it with a regular charcoal infused filter that should hopefully have a better airflow. When placing the new filters back into the slot, make sure your tab is at the top and the airflow arrow is pointed towards the left or back of the car, since the air is being pulled from the front of the car to the back. Then slide the second filter over the bottom one. To put the cover back on, just slide the top in upwards and then carefully install the screw so that you don't strip it. Line up the bottom panel and hook up the connectors. Then slide the panel back, making sure it sits in the 2 slots on the far ends, and just reinstall the clips. Finish up by lining up the side panel and pushing in all the clips. Now finally, just throw your floor mats back in place. Now looking at the inside of the frunk, we can see the design flaw that leads to the smelly filter issue. These 2 seals have a huge gap in between them where all the water can get past and into the air intake, soaking the filters and leading to the funky musk, no pun intended. So we'll start by yanking off these mistakes of engineering and cleaning up the area in preparation for the new and improved seal. The old ones are held in by 1 clip each and some adhesive on the outside corners. You'll want to remove the adhesive and then clean up the area across the whole edge of the frunk with some isopropyl alcohol. This will ensure that you have a solid mating surface for the new seal's adhesive. Before I start installing the first piece of my newly acquired puzzle, I think it's a good idea to press down the adhesive to make sure it's nicely attached to the piece. Then, you can pull off the red film and line up the 2 clips. With my particular seal kit, you'll want to start with the driver's side piece. Firmly push down along the seal to make sure it is well adhered. Moving on to the centerpiece, remove the red film. And luckily, Tesla has made a convenient little storage compartment for the film since they knew we'd be fixing their mistakes. Now for the centerpiece, you don't want to fully attach it just yet, since it doesn't have any clips and is just held in place by 2 side pieces. You want to give it a push at an angle and slide under the first part. It should just pop into place. Now, don't make the same mistake as me by removing the red film just like I did here. As you can see here, the furthest clip does not want to go in on my car, but I already adhered part of the piece to the hood. So after pulling it back off, I found that the left side of the clip is hitting a random piece of metal inside the hole. So grabbing a file, I went ahead and shaved off the plastic part of the clip like so. And that gave me enough clearance to fully push in the clip. I'm not sure if all Model 3s have this metal obstruction, but make sure you check first. Now for the final piece, you want to grab the seal and make sure it's lined up to the long part towards the front of the car, like so. Then slide it in from the driver's side until it reaches the end. You will have some excess hanging off the end, so make sure to mark it and pull it out some or fully so you have room to cut it. Then after finishing cutting it with a box cutter or your other choice of knife, you just push it back in and voila, you have a finished improved seal. Just don't forget your snacks you left for later. Now, since the rubber seal comes folded in the box, it'll have some bends in it as you can see, so you want to make sure you don't get it caught on the ledge of the frunk when you go to close it. To make sure it's not folded in, you want to go to your car settings under service, hit the wiper service mode which will lift the wipers and you can see the seal is seated properly. After a few warmer days it should straighten out and match the shape of the frunk, as long as you make sure it is not folded. So after having the seal installed for about 3 months with the new filters, I haven't had any smells or issues, and it's been raining a lot in my area with a few snows, so I'm actually really happy with this kit. After rain and car washes, I would always check to make sure no water got into the vents, and I haven't seen anything more than a drop or two, which is a huge improvement over before. I think it's great to finally see a solution to a long-time issue that has plagued Tesla since the Model 3 was released. It's a little disappointing that the aftermarket had to fix an issue that was definitely known by Tesla, but I hope this video was helpful. I know I'm relieved to not have to change filters every 3 months and actually have good airflow for my vents. I'll leave the links to the kit and the filters I use in the description. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Peace.